Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Hope everyone had a great Halloween yesterday. Cannot believe it is already November. We have a couple of really exciting things coming up with the association in the month of November that I wanted to share with you before we get to our weekly member spotlight. So without further ado, I wanted to remind everyone that we have a Next Gen breakfast coming up on November 6th. That's at AG 47, right around the corner here from the association office, and that is a free event. So if you've not registered, give us a call here at the association and we will get you booked to attend that event. The following day, on November 7th, here at the association office, we're having another free event. It's a round table about social media. It is the third in a series of three about some social media tips and tricks. We have Miss Christy Fickert from 30 Lines, one of my very favorite people in the universe, facilitating that along with Michelle Gibbons, and we would invite everyone to attend. There is some limited spacing because it's here at the association, so give us a call, we'll get you registered. And last but not least, in the month of November, we have Maintenance Mania coming up on November 21st. Thank you so much to everyone who has already registered to attend and participate and compete in that event. If you are still out there and want to do any of those things, give us a call. It's November 21st at Dave & Buster's. So November's dance card is super full. We have another few events coming up in December that we'll talk about later, but I'm really excited to get to the woman of the hour here today. Miss Jordann Morgan with Fath Properties is here for our weekly member spotlight. Welcome, Jordann.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. This is one of my favorite things to do when I'm just getting to know someone new in the association. And it kind of blows my mind that I don't know you because you've been around for several years and I've known your name, of course. You're a staple with Fath Properties, but I'm sure maybe like me, some other people out there in Facebook land haven't had the pleasure of meeting you. Could I ask you just to take a moment, introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about how long you've been with the company and maybe how you got into the property management business?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So I'm a regional manager with Fath Properties. I've been in the industry now about 16 years. And I actually started with a pretty small real estate company in Middletown, and just was, helping answer phones, helping the agents and the property manager went on maternity leave.
Okay.
So I was asked to fill in for her. So for 3 months, I did property management duties, and I was like, I like this side of real estate the best. But she ultimately came back to work.
Yeah.
So at that point, I decided to see what else was out there. And it'll date me a little bit, but I responded to an ad out of the Cincinnati Enquirer at Fairfield Point, a Fath property. They were hiring a leasing consultant, and I started in that position and just kind of worked my way up at Fairfield Point to manager, and I was there for about 12 years before I accepted my current role as regional manager.
So much like myself, you probably started in the business before the child labor laws were enacted to have been around for 16 years.
Well, I started when I was 21, so you can figure out the math.
There you go. So I'm from Middletown, and my aunt and uncle have a real estate brokerage there. Who did you work for?
Courtney Duff and Associates.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They are Leap and Associates.
Okay.
So, and my mom kind of grew up doing that as well. So
Neat.
Such a small little world, and I found out through getting to know you a little bit. We are neighbors somewhat in the same vicinity, so now that I know you, I'll probably see you around somewhere up north, right? Sure. Well, having been in the business for so long, what do you love so much about property management?
I think that every day is something different. You can have a to-do list and go in with great intentions that you're going to get through X, Y, and Z, and it just doesn't happen.
Right.
I mean, every day is literally something new, something challenging, sometimes exciting, a lot of fun. And I will say, there's kind of a running joke between my husband and I that he just like my stories. He'll try to one up me and be like, well, this happened in my day today. I'm like, well, I can top that because this happened. And our friends and family a lot of times are like, that's not real life. And I was like, no, it definitely is real life. So
you can't even make up some of the stuff that happens. Well, speaking of stories, what's one of your all-time favorite property management stories?
So thinking about doing this interview and knowing you would ask me that, I really had to think about it because the vast majority of them are probably not appropriate for the internet.
Right.
So trying to narrow that down, I thought of one that was kind of a unique story. So I was doing annual inspections with our maintenance supervisor several years ago, and we walked into a building of 4 apartments, and we just got hit with this really bizarre smell. I was like, well, we're walking all the apartments. We'll find it.
Yeah.
So we go in 2, no problems. We go in the 3rd apartment, open the door. I was like, and it's in here. But there was nothing obvious
Right.
upon, entering that would be causing it. So I go on about my business and what I'm, there to do. And I get hey, Jordann, you might want to come over here real quick. And I'm like, oh, God, what did he find?
Yeah.
So he cracks the bathroom door, and there's an alligator, like a 6-foot-long alligator in the bathtub.
Oh, my.
Who had flung its waste all over the bathroom. So hence the smell.
Goodness.
So I can tell you that that's the only time I ever found an alligator in an apartment.
I've never found an alligator.
Yeah, chickens, sure, some weird things, but yeah, that was the only alligator.
Yeah, we had chickens in a garage once. That was fun.
Yeah, so you never know.
Well, that's a new one for me. I like that. And thanks for keeping it family friendly.
Try to.
Though maybe like off camera you can tell me one of the funnier ones.
For sure.
So again, having been in the business, and you started on site too, so have the experience of kind of doing everything.
Yeah.
What's some advice that you would offer up the next generation of professionals?
I would say definitely going into things with an open mind, because you're going to be faced with a lot of challenges. This industry can be extremely stressful at times, but it can also be really, really fun.
Right.
So always try to remember to find, the fun portion of your day and, hang your hat on that versus the negative. I would say also we can really impact the lives of our residents and of our coworkers in a really positive way. So keeping that in mind as well.
I agree so much. I love how intimately we work with people. Like, not only our team, because you certainly work closely with the people, no matter what you do, that work with you, but the residents. It's so different than any other industry could possibly be to live with your customer. Sure. So I love that part too.
Yeah.
All right, well, can we switch gears and get to know you a little bit on a personal level?
Absolutely.
Well, tell us about your family.
So I have a small family. I'm an only child, so right there limits things.
Well, that just brings another piece of the puzzle together about your random detail, which we'll get to in a moment.
Yes. So I have been married to my husband, Sam, little over 14 years. We also have a son named Dale, and he's 8. But, at 8, when you're getting ready to turn another age, it's very important. So he will be 9 in December.
Oh, okay.
I can't leave that out. Almost 9.
Almost 9. Yes. See, I still am trying to keep my son young, so I say he just turned 8 because he thinks he's such a grown-up now, and I just want him not to be a grown-up yet. So he's like, why do you keep saying I just turned 8? I turned 8 in August. I'm like, that's still pretty fresh, buddy. Next year, I'll say you're 8.
Dale will say things like, well, I'm a teenager, Mom. And I'm
like,
no. We're not there yet.
When's his birthday in December?
December 21st. So right before around Christmas.
Yeah.
So we get the double whammy in December.
Does he get like the holiday birthday celebration, or does he get his own?
Well, we do his own, but with family, because everybody's got their own holiday plans and travel and whatnot. So we try to do something with friends. We celebrate the half birthday.
Oh, that's nice.
In our house, because it's in summer break at that point. Yeah. So it's a little easier to get,
That's a great idea.
To come out.
Yeah. So did he trick or treat last night?
He did. He was the ghost murderer from Scream.
Oh, yeah.
So the good part about that, since it was freezing, we could put lots of layers under that costume.
He probably stayed out the whole time then.
He didn't. I would say he's probably got through about a quarter of our neighborhood and came home, and he was like, I'm freezing. I'm over it. I have a huge bag of candy. Where's the cider? And I was like, okay.
There you go. Yeah. So this is funny, and I just have asked a few people this year, and all my life I've never even cared to ask the question, but what's your favorite Halloween candy? Like, what do you snag from his collection?
Heath bars.
Yeah.
Those are a go-to. I can't say I really have met candy that I don't like.
Right.
So
no discrimination there. Whatever.
All of it. Yeah.
I love Milk Duds because I wouldn't just buy Milk Duds.
Right.
But for some reason, I'm always like, you have 4 boxes. I'll take all of those off your hands, buddy. Well, what do you like to do in your free time, Jordann?
We're definitely foodies. In my family and in our friend group. So any new restaurants that are out, we're always willing to try those. We're not picky, so really any type of food we're always game to give it a try. All the Cincinnati breweries, we like to, hit those up.
Yeah.
Now we're getting some distilleries here and there. Yeah. So we like to do that as well. So, yeah.
So what's one of your favorite local restaurants?
I would say probably Cozy's is my favorite, being Liberty Township girl. It's, a couple minutes from my house, and it's always consistently good. So I would say that's one of our go-to places.
I love it too.
Yeah.
And it's just such a cool little establishment. Like, it's so unique, and the menu's great.
We'll probably run into each
other. Now that I'll be looking for you, I'm sure we will.
Yes.
Well, what's one of the last books that you've read?
Currently, I'm reading The Witch Elm, and I can't tell you who the author is because I just started it last night. Right. But I'm a pretty avid reader. I would say I read 1 to 2 novels a week.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Usually and in the like crime thriller genre.
Do you actually read the book, or do you ever listen to Audible?
Oh, no. I have to turn the page.
Yeah.
Like, I like to hold it and turn the page. So every now and then an audiobook, but that's my husband's thing. So.
Yeah, it's, oh my goodness. So I love books, and I have more books than I would even admit to having. But there's something about having Audible now, I think because I drive a lot, and when I sit down, I'm like, done. I am out for the count. But I do have the new Elton John autobiography that I'm trying to read in the last, like, 2 nights that I've sat down to read. I'm out for the count. I'm like, I'm going to have to download this so I can get through the dang book because I can't.
Many times my husband, I always end up in bed earlier than him, but, you know, I'll wake up with him picking the book up and putting it on the nightstand. So,
well,
kind of my nightly routine.
What about pets? Any pets at home?
Oh, yeah. We have 3 cats. We have one named Paws, and she's almost 16, so I doubt that she'll be around a whole lot longer.
Yeah.
And then we have 2 younger cats, which one, kind of a fun story, came from one of the properties.
Oh, okay.
So it was right before Christmas, about 2 years ago, one of my managers called, and she's like, Jordann, can I rip out a bush? And I'm like, what? Like, it's December. Why are you ripping out bushes? She's like, well, there's this animal trapped. We can hear it. We can't get to it unless you remove the bush. I was like, well, I guess if you gotta do it, I'm close by, I'll swing by. So as I get there, the bush is out, and the maintenance guy is like digging several feet.
It's underground.
So there was an abandoned drain pipe that a little kitten fell down in and was like 5 feet underground. So he dug down as far as he could and cut the pipe, and then used one of the trash grabbers to get the kitten out, and it became part of my family. So
what's its name?
Yes, his name is Fuzz. Okay. And then our newest addition, because Fuzz desperately needed a friend. He's that kind of cat.
An active friend.
Yes. So we went to Animal Friends and got Pumpkin, which clearly my son's named these animals.
Yeah.
So,
okay, 2 things. First of all, you just prompted me to think all of us property management professionals have rescued an animal or 10 in our lifetime. That would be a really great question. Like, what's your favorite animal rescue story on site?
Yes.
And being from Liberty Township, have you heard of the Kitty Brew Cafe?
I have, but I've not been there yet.
Don't.
I
do
won't,
not do it to
my
yourself.
Son will be like, I need this one and this one.
Yes.
I don't need any more cats.
Let me tell you what they do. I think they like program the cats, and they like, one will pick you. Yeah. And one will come to you and make you think you're the special chosen one, and it's horrible.
Yeah. No, we won't be going.
I don't think I'll be going back. We didn't end up getting a cat there, but this little cat named Mustafa, of all things, I love the Lion King, comes and chooses me. And I was like, I'm not getting another cat. I had a cat.
Yeah.
And my son was devastated because I said, absolutely not. No. Yeah. Well, he's like, Mom, that cat chose you. That's our cat, and its name is Mustafa. And I was like, oh my goodness. So we left. I didn't get it. I called back the next day. The cat was gone.
Oh.
So my sister goes and finds another cat, because my son's birthday was like a week or 2 later, without my permission, without my acknowledgement, brings my son a cat for his birthday. Nice. She's the sweetest thing I've ever had in my entire life. Good. It's ridiculous, but I'm like, no more, none. We're done.
Yes.
What about sports? We'll shift gears here.
Not a huge sports person. Yeah. But hometown Cincinnati Reds. We always have to root for them. But I would say that's probably about the extent of it.
Do you like taking Dale to the games? Has he been to some
games?
He
has. Yeah, he does enjoy it.
Good. Yes. You guys watch the World Series?
We did not. No.
I don't really follow through the season, but I had to watch the World Series, and it was pretty darn good this time.
I'm more of a let's go.
Yeah, experience it.
Yeah. Than watch on TV.
So. That makes sense. Do you watch TV? And if so, what's one of your favorite things to watch?
Oh, so I do watch some TV, and all of my friends make fun of me because I watch the terrible Bravo and E! reality shows. I watch all the Real Housewives.
Oh, yeah.
It's bad. I can't believe no one's made a reality show about our business, though. The ratings would be fantastic.
We need to get together because I think someone just needs the idea well laid out to them.
Yes.
It is foolproof.
We need to figure out how to get in touch with Ryan Seacrest.
There you go.
Produce the whole thing.
I love that. I need to tell you a Real Housewives story off camera, but don't let me forget to do that. What about concerts and music? What's one of the favorite ones that you've been to?
We have been lucky enough to go to see Coldplay at Soldier Field in Chicago twice.
Wow.
Which that, as a venue, is just fantastic in itself. But Coldplay always does a really good show.
What's your favorite Coldplay song?
Clocks.
Clocks.
I'm
yeah.
old school.
Yeah. Hey, well, you can't go wrong there. That's like their staple. That's their stairway to heaven, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so this is a random question, but if you were an animal, what would you be and why?
So I'm only 5'3".
Yeah.
So I always, see life from the short person's perspective. So a giraffe.
Yes, there you go.
Let's see it from a little bit higher.
I love that answer, and I love
Yes.
that you wear heels too, because when you're 5'2" or 3, you have to.
Yeah.
I have this thing where I'm like, if I'm not wearing big heels, I have to stand up all the time because I do not want to feel like the smallest around. All right, so I alluded to this earlier, but I love your random detail. Tell us something about yourself that we wouldn't otherwise know.
If I was not in property management,
Yeah.
I'd be a professional organizer, 100%.
How did that come to be?
I don't know. It's just like my God-given talent.
Yeah.
As a small child, my mom's like, that's kind of unusual that you, line your socks up by color. Just very strange things. But,
do you love Pinterest?
I do.
And do you look for ways to contribute? Because I always go on Pinterest looking for ways to organize my life.
Yes. Well, I kind of like to see other people's methods,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've pretty much organized everyone I know's closet.
Do you
and
hire
cabinets. If we're friends, I'll just come, you feed me, I'll organize.
There you go.
for
Hey, I can make a mean chili,
Right.
and I may or may not live near a really cool
You
brewery.
do.
So,
Right.
okay, well, we're going to chat. Well, the last question, and then we're going to make a post later, which I'm super excited about. I got some really great feedback from some of your colleagues, and
nice.
interested to share that so everyone can get to know you a little better. But what do you think people would say about who you are as a professional, maybe as a leader even?
Probably that I'm very hands-on.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty or get down in the trenches of a water main break or
Right.
get on a roof. I'm very much part of the team. So I would say that's probably what they would have to say, but I guess we'll see.
I love that. Well, something that's really, really interesting about your feedback so far, and what I can't wait to share, is that everyone that we reached out to sent back a dissertation.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't just
Thanks,
a couple
guys.
of sentences that, hey, Jordan's great, and it's been really great to work with her for the last few years. I mean, we've got some substance for real. So it's interesting, and I can't wait to share it. And you shared some really fun photos, so we'll make a collage and put that out there later. But thank you. It's been such a pleasure getting to know you. Yeah. And this is again, the spirit of what we are doing here with this spotlight is to get to know people that I should have already known you, being around for, a decade and a half, and being with Fath, who I know very well. And and I wanted to make mention too, because we didn't ask about it earlier, but you hold some designations within the association, and you are a new honorary board member, which I'm really excited about. Is there anything you want to mention about your designations?
So it's been a while ago, but I got my NALP sort of at the beginning of my career, and then followed that up with my CAM.
Right.
And currently I'm working on my CPM through IRM. So,
well, congratulations on that. And I look forward to sharing the boardroom with you every, second Tuesday of the month. I will save you a seat. You're going to sit between me and Abby Huffman, so you will have the best seat in the house. Just
Sounds
joking.
Great.
But thank you again. Hope everyone has a really great weekend, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks, everyone.